I'm raw dogging her. She don't got no case, no nothing. Hi everybody, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. As y'all can tell from the title, we're going to be talking about digital planning. It is the new year, it's 2024, well it's about to be anyways, and I figured what better time to make this video than now, not only for inspiration or motivation for you guys, but also I need the accountability as well. I have not been planning, I have not been journaling like I should be, and it is something that I feel like is a key function for me. So with 2024 rolling around, this is a part of my New Year's resolutions to get back on it. So if you're interested in seeing how I digital plan, what I use to digital plan, or what digital planning is, then of course, just keep on watching. So before we get too far into it, let's just start with the basics. What is digital planning? It is exactly what it sounds like. It's planning, journaling, whatever you like to do on your pen and paper, but digitally. So whether that be on your tablet or your iPad, whatever you may have, that is exactly what it is. I want to start by going into kind of like my goals and like what I want for the new year. If you guys do not care about any of this at all and you want to get straight into the planning, you can skip to this time frame right here. But if you need a little inspo, motivation, or just kind of wondering why I digital plan or why I would recommend it, then this little section is for you. One of my main goals for 2024 is routine, consistency, everything in that space. And daily planning and journaling is so important and fits really well for me in that routine, and also keeping me on that routine, which is why I feel like digital planning and journaling is so important for me and can be for so many other people. Now, you don't have to do it digitally, but this is for my girlies who don't want to waste no paper. Let's save some trees, and we're doing it digitally. So let's just kind of start on why journaling and planning is so important, starting with journaling and how it can be really beneficial for you. Number one, it's a stress reliever, okay? You get to jot down all your feelings, your thoughts. It helps you process your emotions and anything that you're experiencing in your day-to-day life, whether that be good and bad. And it also helps deepening your self-discovery, which I think is going to be so important for myself coming up in 2024. We'll talk about that in another video if you guys care. But yeah, it's very, very great for just all around self-improvement. Now, planning is also great for increasing your productivity, keeping you on track with your tasks. And if you're someone like me who's a bit anxious and can get overwhelmed when you have multiple things to do in the day, it really helps keep everything simple, break it down task by task, and make it seem a lot more manageable. So these are the reasons that I like to digital plan and digital journal. It just really helps keep me on track with my schedule. I really enjoy it. It's fun to me. You can get very creative with it as well. But I also think it keeps me accountable and also makes my days a lot more intentional, which is also a goal of mine for 2024. So now that we kind of understand how digital journaling and planning, so now that we've kind of gone over some of my goals for 2024 and why digital planning is so important to help with those things, let's get into digital planning itself. What do you need? You obviously need something to digitally plan on, whether that's your tablet or your iPad. I have an iPad Air 4th generation that I currently use. I'm raw dogging her. She don't got no case, no nothing. She just out here. But this is what I do all of my planning on. For the planning, I also use my iPencil. I don't know what generation this is, but girl, this is from Apple. It's a little pencil. You can also get a stylus on Amazon that will be functional with your tablet or iPad if you don't want to invest in an iPencil. It's not a mandatory. I'll leave a couple links to some options down below. I will also link my exact iPad and iPencil down below as well for those who care. The next thing that you will need is an app to digitally plan on. You have a couple of different options such as GoodNotes, Notally, there's a couple others. I'm not familiar with everything, but I use GoodNotes. You don't have to use GoodNotes. It's just an option. That's what I've used. That's what I'm familiar with. So that is what I'm going to be using. And basically what this app does is it allows you to import your digital planner that you will purchase from any other outside source and import into the app that you can then use, write, journal, plan, etc. Now, obviously, you also need a digital planner. The digital planner that I am using this year is the Dash Digital Planner. I will have it linked down below. This digital planner has everything that I need located in it. We'll kind of go over that more once we actually start planning, but it's very important to find a digital planner that fits your needs. I'm gonna link a couple of other digital planners and journals down below as well, depending on what you are needing your planner for or your journal for. We are all different. We all have different needs. So I'm gonna link just a couple of other options that I've seen that I also like. They aren't the ones that I'm currently using, but they are great options that, you know, depending on what you're needing out of your planner or journal, they could be better for you and more suited for you. So it's very important to know why or what you are needing in your journal when it comes to picking out your planner and journal. And like I said, once we start getting into my actual digital planner and journal, you'll see why this one fit for me very, very well. And then last are a few accessories. They're not necessary, but they are some things that I have on my iPad, which is it's like a paper-like screen protector. So the screen protector that's on here, it's very scratched because I be using my planner, girl. Well, at some point I was. But this screen protector makes the iPad feel like you're writing pen on paper. So it's a lot more comfortable. It feels a lot more natural versus just like on the smooth screen. Again, not necessary at all, but a great additive if you care about that. So now that we've kind of got all that information out of the way, let's get straight into digital planning and walking you guys through my planner and why I love it so much and which sections are super important for me, especially with the upcoming new year. All right, guys, so here is what your planner will look like in app of GoodNotes. If you need some assistance on how to get your planner into GoodNotes, I'll leave some links down below that can be helpful. So once you've got it all installed, we can get started. So number one, it's digital. As you guys can see, I can swipe left and right just like it's a book. So that I can get to all of my pages. So let's start on page 1. So this first page here is an overview of what is included in the planner. This is probably the most important part of your planner because this is where you will access everything that you need. So starting here, you have your year pages, starting with the 2024 calendar, and all of these are clickable. So as you can see, when I click that link, it takes me to the 2024 calendar. I can go back to the main page, a year overview. So if you have something like major important dates, those are things that I would put in this space. Today, we're not going to be working across the year, but more so for the month of January as an overview, as well as some of the productivity pages and personal pages. So from here, like I said, you can plan ahead. They're broken down quarterly. You see all the different useful pages that are included in this planner that would also be included in a regular planner. Moving into personal, you have your personal info, contacts and websites, passwords, online order tracker. This is very helpful for me. I do a lot of online ordering. You guys know I'm really bad about that. And this section can keep you on track about when things should arrive. So in this section, you have the date you placed it, your store or website, the item you ordered, how much it was, the estimated delivery, did you get it, etc., etc. You also have grocery planning, recipe cards, and a daily journal and daily reflection. So this is where the journal meets planner aspect comes in. So we will go over these pages as well. You have productivity. This is super important for me when it comes to my digital planner and digital journal. Daily routine, weekly routine. These are some of my favorite pages, as well as notes, task board, event planners, travel planners. So moving on to health, we have a mood tracker, sleep tracker, workout log, appointment log, symptom tracker, self-care activities, meal and exercise plan, 30-day challenges. This is another major section for me. Again, I don't just use my planner as a planner. It is also a journal. So this is why I like this planner. It's very full circle, and I find it to be extremely helpful for me in all areas. And then we also have financial section, which can help with budgeting and things of that nature. I won't really be going over that in this video, but it is here. So that, like I said, this planner is pretty full circle. Anything you need or would want in a planner, it's here. And then you also just have notepad papers. If there are specific like sheets that you like, if you like a lined paper, there's just regular lined. If you like dotted, you have that. So you have just like notes here as well. You also have storyboards. This is extremely helpful for me when making content. So you can utilize these pages for whatever. So now let's get into how to use all of these sections, what I like about them, and how I plan to use them in the upcoming year. I'm gonna start in the productivity section. because this is probably most important for me. And we're gonna go into the daily routine. So here you see there is a layout for your morning routine, afternoon routine, and evening routine. My focus is more morning and evening. I don't really have much for an afternoon, but I like this setup because I can say the time that I would like to get things done, the activity that I'm wanting to do in the morning times, and did I do it all this week, and my thoughts about it. Same thing for the evening. I'm going to show you guys kind of how you can utilize this and how this works. So when you use your pencil, we are currently in non-edit mode. When I toggle this here on, we're now in edit mode. So I can write, I can scribble, I can do whatever, right? So I'm gonna zoom in. I'm gonna start with the task activity. You can handwrite, you can type, you can do whatever looks best for you. I prefer to handwrite. I even handwrite into text, and I'll show you guys kind of what that looks like. First aspect of what I wanna do in my morning routine is make up my bed. Boom, make up my bed. So that's there. So as you guys can see, I just simply hand wrote that. Oops. I just simply hand wrote that, but you also have the option of typing it if you prefer. So as you guys can see, I just used the marker tool to write that in my own handwriting. But let's say you prefer things to look a little neater, a little straighter, whatever the case may be. You can click this box here with the T, and this will go into a text box. And you can pick whatever font that you want. Mine is defaulted already because I have a preferred font, but you can pick whatever, tap where you want the text to go, and you can still write what you want to be said. So make up my bed. And as you can see, it puts it there in a nicer font if you prefer the look of that versus your own handwriting. So you have a bunch of options when it comes to this. You also can type if you have a keyboard. Click on the text again and click to have another box. I can click here, show keyboard, and then I can type it that way if you prefer that. So some people don't like writing. It's totally up to you. You have all the options. And if you have a plug-in keyboard, you can also type. And another great thing about this is you can just delete. I can simply erase and just get rid of all of this. So as you guys can see, I went ahead and finished adding in everything for my morning routine that I would want to do. It will vary obviously between person to person. So this is mine. So as you guys can see, I have things like making my bed, which helps with productivity throughout the day, keeps you from getting back in your bed. Really important things like daily planning and journaling, what we're doing now. Exercising, reading my Bible, studying a new language, which is something that is also a goal of mine for the year of 2024. So moving into my evening routine, I'm going to do the exact same thing. As you guys can also see, I am doing the write to text. I personally hate my handwriting and I don't care to practice it. So I have this font here that I like. It's cute, it's girly, it's bubbly, and I like the way that it looks on my pages. So that is what I use for my journal. So going in here, the first thing for my evening routine is to do my skincare routine. I'm usually pretty good about this, but sometimes, girlfriend, sometimes she's lacking. So this is something that I want to prioritize. Another goal of mine is to read every evening for at least 10 minutes. I want to have a book in rotation at all times for the year of 2024. And so reading in the evening, at least 10 minutes is absolutely something I want to make a part of my routine. Journaling, bingo, bingo. We're back here again. Journaling in the evening as a decompressor for the day is also something that I want to incorporate in my evening routine. And honestly, these are the only things that I'm going to make absolute must-haves for my evening. I like to keep my nights pretty simple and not overload them as to unwind from the day. I've learned from trying to have a lengthy night routine, it just isn't like practical. And I'll also talk about these routines a little bit more in another video as to how they can really be helpful and not just setting tasks, but intention behind each of these tasks, so that you're no longer just doing the motions. You have a goal in mind through each task that you're helping drive yourself towards. But that's another talk for another day. As you can see, you have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So did I do it this day? Did I do it this day? And the way that that would look for like checking off is whatever color you prefer. I like to keep things simple, so I'll just use black. But I like to use the shapes tool, as you guys can see right here, because it makes the check marks perfect. You see how perfect that check was? So you'll just check it off. You see the checks are perfect. You don't have to do that. You can just use the marker tool, and you see they're not perfect. It's whatever you want. I will begin this starting, in January. So I'm really just setting up my planner. Going back to the homepage, you can also do your weekly routine. So if there's things that every week you want to make sure that you do on Sundays, on Mondays, on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, whatever. This page is really helpful for those tasks that you don't do every single day, but once a week, whether that's some sort of deep cleaning task or reorganizing or your laundry or whatever. So that's where you will fill in on this page. So for me, I'm gonna go ahead and fill in some tasks that I know I want to do on certain days starting in the new year for sure. Starting with cleaning out my fridge and pantry every Sunday because I want to go grocery shopping on Sunday, which I'm also gonna add in here. Clean out my fridge and pantry. That's something that I absolutely want to do. That is all that I'm going to be filling out on this page for now. So now that we've kind of gotten some of the productivity pages down, let's move into our health. So you have a mood tracker here, which you can essentially track your mood every single day for the entire year. I like these. I think it's a good way to reflect and look back onto how your year went, your month went, etc. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill in the mood key on the different moods that I typically experience each day. Energetic, calm, neutral, sad, different things like that. So for my mood key, I have neutral, happy, upset, excited, anxious, stressed, and peaceful. These are some of the most common emotions or feelings that I have throughout the week. So you can do really fun things here too if you want to get creative. Like you can put emojis as your mood, like as your mood key rather than colors. It's completely up to you. If you just go to your keyboard, if you go to show emojis, you can put a heart, and let's say, obviously that's not neutral, but you get what I'm saying. You can make that your key, and then when you fill in daily, you can use emojis if that's fun for you. Some people, again, just do colors, so you can come here, and you can make custom colors here, and do whatever, that mood means for you. So if this would be your happy color. So then on this day, I was very happy. You know what I mean? And then at the end of the year, you're going to have this board just full of how you felt. And it'll be really good, in my opinion, for tracing back and just seeing the things that you felt. And I think it'll be good for a lot of self-reflection. And I don't know if you guys notice, I'm adding all of the colors as presets. That way, whenever I come back, I have all of the colors preset and they will always be the same. And then here we also have things that put me in a positive mood, things that can contribute to a negative mood. So I will be filling this out. I'm not going to do it here on camera because I feel like that's pretty personal. But I think that that's also great to see daily or at the end of the day, finishing up your day by tracking your mood and then reading the things that put you in a positive mood and the things that contribute to a negative mood to kind of help reframe your mindset for the next day. Now we're back here on the health tab. We have the sleep tracker. This is a great page for those of you who are like me and need to get better sleep, okay? I have to prioritize my sleep, and I think that this will hold me accountable. And then self-care activities. This is always such a nice page. As you guys can see, she already has put into the planner some activities that you can do to assist with your self-care. So here under the relax page, she's put a few things: spend time in nature, take a bath, a long shower, for connection, these things here, for comfort, to excite you. So I really loved that it already had pre-written recommendations to help evoke these feelings within you. So now let's get into actual planning. Now that you guys have seen a lot of the more journal-esque pages, now we're gonna get into the planning pages. So I'm gonna go straight into January. So this is what our monthly overview looks like. From here, I will put large events and dates such as birthdays, travel days, when things are due for work. And you can do this through just text. You can use icons, stickers. It is really, really up to you on how you want to utilize your planner. And that is something that I love about digital planning. You have so much freedom and control over how everything looks and functions. So the first large thing that I have going on in January is I am going on a trip over New Year's. So I'm going to just simply add that in right here. And then what I like to do is I do little arrows. So say it continues. Ooh, I would prefer for that to be in black, please. I will do something like this, trying to make it as straight as possible. I'm very picky, guys. So that extends to that period of time. So I would do that like that. You just could add whatever. You could use highlight colors for certain trips and things like that. So now that's highlighted so you can see it. It stands out from the page. So you have a lot of creative control here to make it fun. Whatever is eye-catching for you, whatever you need to see on your monthly calendar page is what you would add here. A really good overview. So I'm just gonna kind of fill this in a mock version just so that like you guys can kind of get a picture of it. And you can do your highlights and things that will be triggering for you, whatever makes sense. I like for my journal to be pretty, okay? So my colors are more pastel and more whatever, but that's what I like, okay? So I'm putting in like work dates, like major things, like if something is due, putting that in now. So this is kind of a month overview for me. I don't really have much to fill in for January yet, because I haven't planned anything. So I just kind of did a little mock trial. So if you do an extended trip, that's how I like to do it. Again, you can put in little stickers. You can add photos into here. You can really make it whatever you want it to be. And then from here, when you swipe right, you're now into your overview page. This is, again, one of my favorite pages in the planner. Here you have your monthly overview. So you have, what is this month's focus? Personal objectives and tasks, work, school tasks, home stuff, life balance. Like, I love this page. This is, again, more journally, but these are things that I love within this planner that I can use. So from here, for the month of January, I know exactly what my focus is going to be, so I'm going to go ahead and add this in. I'm going to make this bigger, given the size of this box. So that is this month's focus for me. So for me, I'm going to add in things to remember in the personal section. This is something I don't mind sharing with you guys. Again, I'm gonna do another video kind of talking more about this in a sit down video, but just so you guys can kind of get some ideas of things that you can put in the space that can really help you in the new year. So this is what I want to put in this sector here. This is something that I feel like we all should be more mindful of. I'm gonna kind of add a little bit more spacing to this and center it. And then also here, I'm gonna bolden this. This is just another thing that you can do to kind of be creative and like add some character to what you're doing in your planner. So here under personal, I have remember your why. What do you want in life, and does this action help with those wants and desires or go against them? Remember. So yeah, that's what I have in my personal. So that's kind of some of the things that you can put in this sector here to be helpful for you. An activity or intention for each life area I would like to focus on this month for life balance. So this is going to be very, very helpful for me because some of these are major, major things for me coming up in the New Year's resolutions. So this sector will definitely be getting filled out for January. So boom, as you guys can see, I have completed my January overview essence. So if we swipe onto the next page, you guys will see now here is finances. I am going to be filling this page out because I have got to get strict with myself in the way that I spend my money, but we're not going to include that in this video. I can't be putting y'all all up in my business that much. And then we also have trackers, again, specifically for the month of January. This is one of my favorite pages. We've got our sleep tracker with a color key, so you guys would put in whatever is good for you. That way you can track your sleep. This is like a condensed version of the other pages because not everyone wants to utilize every single page. In the planner, you have so many options when it comes to how you're going to utilize the pages. And then you have a month in review. So for the month of January, you'll have your personal highlight, a professional highlight, favorite memories from the month, major accomplishments, health, fitness, finances. I love this journal page. I think that this is so great for looking back and reflecting on your month and being positive about your month, rewarding yourself, looking at everything you did positively in the month. That is something that I can't wait to start filling out. And I think that you can fill this out as the month goes on. Add in some memories that happen, favorite accomplishments that happen. This is your personal book journal. This is literally, you know, all about self-improvement and just keeping you on track and on point with everything. So fill it to your heart's desires. So the last section that I want to show you guys is the daily journal section. I'm basically highlighting all of like my favorite pages for you guys. And in here you have the highlights of the day, the weather, your mood. It's just a really nice journal page. And I like the prompts that it has already in the daily journal because sometimes we don't know what we want to journal about or what we should journal about, especially if you're new to journaling. It can kind of feel a little pointless or lost. So this kind of being guided helps show how journaling can be intentional and how you can really jot down your thoughts that are important and matter and you can use for the future in a good way. Worked on, accomplished, learned, saw, watched, listened to, enjoyed. And then you have a free section here that you can put anything in. And then also your daily reflection. This morning I was feeling, today's intention, I'm looking forward to, today I need this, today I'd like to. These are great, great, great daily like prompts. And obviously you do not have to do all of them, but I like that you have the option for the ones that are meaningful for you. And now I'm going to go back into the project dashboard. This is another one that I think is great for work. Here in the project dashboard, you have the projects. Has it been planned? Has it been started? Is it completed? This is great for me and my content creation. And I think that this can be really useful for anybody who has anything going on in school, work, what have you. This page can be very useful. And that is my planner. All right, y'all, so that is everything that I wanted to share with you about digital planning and digital journaling. I hope that this video was helpful for you, or at least entertaining at the least, or taught you something new. whatever the case may be, I hope that it was of value to you, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Of course, like I said, everything will be linked down below as an easy resource to you guys, as well as an introduction to how to install planners, etc. onto your iPad. All of that will be linked down below to keep that super easy for you guys. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're interested in more New Year reset content, please let me know, because the first week of January is going to be nuts for me, girl. We're flipping this place upside down. We're decluttering. We are getting it together. So if you guys are interested in any of that, let me know down below. I can't wait to see y'all in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.